Hi everybody, my name is Lori and welcome to the Icing Artist. So this week we're going to be making watermelon ice cream sandwiches. This is in part of a summer collaboration that I'm doing with a bunch of great YouTubers, so make sure to stay tuned to the end of the video to links to all their great videos. So I'm going to start off with my sugar cookie dough, and I'm going to dye one batch of it with green food coloring, and then just going to wrap that in saran wrap and set that aside. Now I've times my sugar cookie recipe by 3, and I'm going to dye this portion of it pink. And I'm just using a deep pink food coloring, and for the green cookie dough I used a mint green, but you can use whatever kind of shades of green or pink that you'd like. I'm going to make sure that's really nice and incorporated, and then I'm going to start rolling it into a cylinder. For all of my recipes you can get them at theicingartist.com. And now that I have my cylinder, I'm just going to wrap it in saran wrap, and I'm going to place that in the fridge. We're going to leave our green one out on the counter. Once it's come out of the fridge for about an hour, I'm just going to re-roll it into the cylinder to make sure it's nice and stiff and it's a really perfect cylinder. Now I'm just going to dust my surface with some flour. And I'm going to roll out my green cookie dough. And you just want to make sure that this is going to be really long. So you're kind of making a really long rectangle with it. Make sure that your edges don't crack. And I want it to be the same size as the length of my cylinder. So make sure it's the same size there. And then we just want to roll it out nice and long. You can go pretty thin with this. Make sure that's nice and smooth. Now I'm going to place my pink cookie dough on top and just roll it up the green cookie dough. Just kind of like that. And you can see how it wraps around nicely. Now using my paring knife, I'm just going to cut off all the excess. Make sure that joint right there is nice and tight so it doesn't come apart. Going to trim off the sides until it's fully flush. Make sure that's really stuck to the pink cookie dough. As you can see, our watermelon is already starting to kind of come together there. I'm going to stick that back into the fridge for another hour, so that way when we cut it, it doesn't kind of smush the green cookie dough. We want it to stay as a perfect circle. Now that it's out of the fridge, I'm just going to cut off a little off the end, and then I can start slicing my watermelon. So you just want about 1/4 inch cookie slices. Obviously, the thinner you go, the thinner cookies you're going to have, and you just want to be careful and slice all the way through your cookie dough. And then I'm going to take that one circle, cut it in half, and then cut it in half again. And that's going to give us little 1/4 watermelon slices. And you would just want to slice your whole cookie dough doing the same thing. Place them on a piece of parchment paper on our cooking tray. Now using some chocolate chips, I'm going to make the little seeds in my watermelon slices. And they also taste delicious. I'm going to bake those at 375 for 10 minutes, or until they're slightly brown on the edges. Now for my ice cream, I've got a cardboard ice cream container, and of course you want to be extremely careful when you're doing this. I'm just going to slice through the cardboard and slice right down to the ice cream, and that's going to give me these perfect little circle ice cream slices. But again, you want to be extremely careful when you're cutting and when you're using the knife, because this can be kind of tricky and slippery. So slice all the way through like that, and of course you do need a cardboard container because the plastic container won't really cut this way. I'm just going to cut down the one edge, and then I can peel off the cardboard, and that's going to leave me a perfect circle of ice cream. I found this to be the easiest way to get like little perfect circles of ice cream, and then we're just going to cut that in half and cut it in half again. and that's going to give us a nice little wedge to stick right between our cookies. Just using a spatula, I'm just going to lift it up, place it on my cookie, make my little sandwich. Of course, you want to work quickly so you don't end up with an ice cream mess on your table. And that's what your cookie's going to look like when it's all done. And of course, if you don't want to slice through the container, that's perfectly fine. You can just use a spoon, scoop out some ice cream, stick it on your cookie, and sandwich them together. And it's still delicious and it still looks really nice. And to finish it off, you can package them individually, and then you can just hand them out to your guests that way. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to click here to subscribe because I put out new videos every week. And don't forget to watch all of these other great videos. All the YouTubers in the community have come together to bring you guys a great collaboration. I love watching their videos, and I know you will too. So don't forget to watch and subscribe to their channels.
I absolutely love these ice cream sandwiches. They were so yummy. I could not get enough of them, and I hope you guys have a lot of fun making them at home. If you'd like any of my recipes, including the sugar cookie recipe I used today, don't forget to head on over to my website, theicingartist.com, and I have all of my recipes and templates there available for you. And if you guys like this video, don't forget to subscribe because I do put out new cake decorating videos, stuff like this, and different cakes and cupcakes, cake pops, so you're definitely going to want to subscribe so you guys don't miss one.